Look at your life for a moment. Every mistake, every heartbreak, every night you cried silently, wondering if you'd ever feel whole again, every scar, visible or hidden, has a story. And that story is proof you survived. You didn't just go through it, you grew through it. You're still here, you're still breathing, and that means your story isn't over yet. But let's be honest, it didn't always feel that way, did it? There were nights you stared at the ceiling, replaying everything that went wrong. You questioned yourself, you blamed yourself, you wondered why life seemed to hit you harder than everyone else. You watched others smile, succeed, move forward, and you sat there, feeling stuck in the same pain, the same loop. You told yourself, maybe you're just not enough, not strong enough, not smart enough, not lucky enough. But let me tell you something. Strength isn't built in comfort. It's built in chaos. It's built in heartbreak, in loss, in disappointment. You don't find your power when everything is perfect. You find it when everything falls apart and you refuse to stay down. The world doesn't clap for survivors. It celebrates winners. But what people don't see is that every winner was once a survivor. Every successful person carries scars. They just wear them differently. Think about it. That athlete who stands on the podium, you didn't see the mornings they woke up sore, broken, ready to quit. That entrepreneur who made it overnight, you didn't see the countless nights they cried over failure. That confident person you admire, you don't see the years they battled self-doubt just to look in the mirror and like who they are. Scars don't make you weak. Scars make you real. They remind you where you've been. They remind you how far you've come. But here's the thing. Most people spend their whole life trying to hide their scars. They cover them. They bury them. They pretend like the pain never existed. And in doing that, they hide their power too. Because your scars are not signs of shame. They're signs of strength. They're proof that the pain tried to destroy you, but you refused to break. You might have bent. You might have fallen. You might have lost everything. But you're still here. That's survival. That's victory. That's life. I want you to think back to the lowest point in your life, the one you don't talk about, the one you avoid remembering because it hurts too much. Maybe it was the day you lost someone you loved. Maybe it was when you failed miserably and everyone laughed. Maybe it was when you looked at yourself in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. Now I want you to realize something. You made it past that moment. You survived the day you thought you couldn't survive. And if you survived that, what else are you capable of surviving? Pain changes you. But that's the point. It's supposed to. Pain shapes you into someone new, someone wiser, tougher, sharper, more awake. The version of you that existed before the storm couldn't handle what's coming next. That's why the storm came. Life doesn't test the weak, it tests the chosen. And if you've been tested again and again, it's because life knows there's something powerful inside you, something worth refining. The scar isn't the end of the story. It's the evidence that you're still in it. But sometimes, we let our scars define us. We keep replaying the pain. We keep opening old wounds. We let the past convince us we're broken. Listen to me, you are not broken. You're unfinished. You're still being written. You're still being shaped. The cracks, the scars, the bruises, they're part of the design. You can't build strength without resistance. You can't build courage without fear. You can't build peace without chaos. Your scars tell the story of how you found yourself in the middle of everything that tried to destroy you, and you stood your ground. That's what people forget. Survival is not luck. It's choice. Every single time you felt like quitting but didn't, that was a choice. Every single morning you got up even when it hurt, that was a choice. Every time you smiled while bleeding inside, that was strength. You chose to keep living. You chose to keep fighting. You chose you. And that makes you powerful beyond words. We all have scars. Some you can see, some you can't. But every single one carries a message. It says, I was hurt, but I healed. I fell, but I rose. I broke, but I rebuilt. I was lost, but I found myself again. That's your legacy. That's your truth. And the beautiful thing is, your scars can help someone else heal. Someone out there is fighting the same battle you already survived, and they need to know it's possible. They need to know healing is real. They need to see you standing so they can believe they can too. Never underestimate the power of your survival story. The pain you're ashamed of could be someone else's hope. The wound you thought ruined you could be the very thing that inspires another person to keep going. That's why you can't give up now, because your survival means something. Think about it. If your story ended when you wanted to quit, what message would that send? That pain wins? That darkness wins? That scars mean defeat? No. You're here to prove the opposite. You're here to prove that scars mean rebirth. You're here to show that the ones who hurt you didn't destroy you. They simply redirected you to your real strength. Let that sink in. Every person who doubted you, every person who left you, every heartbreak, every failure, every lonely night, they were all chapters, not the whole book. You're not defined by your pain. You're defined by how you rise from it. And you don't need to have it all figured out right now. You just need to keep going. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Remember this, healing doesn't happen all at once. Some days you'll feel powerful. Some days you'll feel broken again. That's okay. Healing isn't about pretending you're fine. It's about learning to live again despite the pain. Scars don't vanish. They fade. They remind you, and that reminder keeps you humble, grounded, human. You might look at someone else and think they've got it all together, but you don't see their scars. You don't see what they've endured. Everyone is fighting something. Everyone is healing from something. So stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. You're not behind. You're becoming. Sometimes the only reason you're still here is because someone, somewhere, needs the version of you that's being built right now. And that's reason enough to keep fighting. Look, life will never be fair. It will knock you down. It will test you, break you, humble you. But every time you get up, you take back your power. Every time you choose to love again, trust again, believe again,
You're rewriting your story. You are not your pain. You are the person who walked through it. And if that pain left a scar, wear it like armor, not to hide behind, but to remind yourself that nothing can destroy you anymore. When you touch that scar, don't feel shame, feel pride, because it means you lived through something that was meant to end you, and you came out stronger. Think about how many times you thought, I can't do this anymore. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still fighting. That's not weakness, that's power. You've already proven you can survive the worst days of your life. So what's stopping you now? Fear?
Doubt? People's opinions? You've been through pain that nearly broke you, and you're afraid of trying again? No. You owe it to yourself to rise, to rebuild, to believe again. You've carried too much pain to live small now. You didn't survive just to settle. You didn't come this far to give up halfway. There's a version of you waiting on the other side of fear. The one who's healed, the one who's confident, the one who walks like they know they've been through hell and made it back stronger. That version is real, but you have to fight for it. Because every scar is a map, leading you to your next evolution. Every scar whispers, keep going, you're almost there. Every scar reminds you that pain passes, but strength remains. So stop running from your past. Face it, own it, learn from it. And then use it. Use it to push harder, to dream bigger, to love deeper, to live louder. Let your scars be your story. Let your story be your fire. And let that fire light the way for everyone still walking in darkness. Because that's what survivors do. They rise and they shine. Even when no one believes in them, even when they have every reason to give up, they keep going. And you're one of them. So next time you look at the reflection and see the pain, the losses, the scars, smile. Because that's the face of a fighter. That's the face of someone who refused to break. That's the face of survival. Your scars are not ugly. They're your medals, proof that you were tested and you passed. So wear them, own them, honor them. Because every scar is a story of survival. And yours, it's just getting started. Now go write the next chapter. Go build the life that your pain prepared you for. Go prove to the world and to yourself that you didn't just survive. You became unstoppable.